What is up, guys? VidThru here. Hey, what is going on, guys? Nate Gould here, and today we have something a little bit different. Okay, let's play some Operation Wolf. So first of all, the map. The map here that you are watching me play right now is called Arcade. This is World at War Zombies, custom map, downloaded obviously. It's not in regular game. If you guys couldn't figure that one out. And today I am bringing you something a little different, something we haven't seen before on this channel, and something that I thought was actually pretty interesting and a somewhat of an original idea. I mean, I'm sure someone's done different renditions of what we're trying to do here. And basically what I want to do here is play some zombie games, but talking about surviving an apocalypse in real life. And basically, I mean, it sounds kind of weird, but they have books and all sorts of things on like the science of zombies and their flesh and tissue after they die, and things that even though they're zombies has to still stay true, so you can use this information and things like that to survive, to kill zombies, and you know, all those great and wonderful things. So that's kind of what I'm going to talk about in this series, and each week we're going to talk about something different. The first thing we're going to talk about is my first plan, right? This is what I'm going to do, my plan A, if applicable, if I can get to it, if in a perfect world or I have enough time to execute. This is the plan that I would want to first execute. So it starts off in PA where my grandparents live. They live on a 140-acre farm. There's no one around. There's a very low population there. There's a lot of guns to my disposal and stuff like that. So the plan is, which this plan was developed by my grandpa, by the way. I gave him the situation of a zombies apocalypse, and that they're probably going to quarantine off Pennsylvania and napalm it to kill the zombies, because we see them do that in like Resident Evil and stuff like that. So just surviving isn't always enough. So I told him we need to have a plan in case just staying alive wasn't enough. The government was going to try and napalm and purge the state of zombies. So he came up with this plan. I'm not going to take credit for it, because he's a genius. So he has a lake, and what we would do is we would go and build a dock in the middle of the lake, have like a chain. See, if you make the dock like 15 feet, it's fine, because I don't want the ammo engine, do I? Where's the ammo list? Tom's. Oh, it is over here. Okay, this is just like a free gun I can kill people with. So, back to as I was saying. Sorry. If you were to build a dock like 15, 20 feet, you know, like a square 20 by 20 dock, a zombie could maybe climb the chain and get under the dock, but they couldn't climb the 20 feet. They couldn't make the reach without sinking, because they can't swim. They don't have the muscle control, and because of their disgusting and holy exterior, now eaten away by the other zombies and infection, as that gentleman walking towards me right now, they're probably going to sink. They're not going to be able to swim under and make the grasp. They're going to be able to walk underwater because they're dead. And even then, I'm not even really sure. I don't know the proof of that. But I'm saying, worst case scenario, they can walk under and get to the chain, climb the chain, because we're going to need the chain to keep us from floating to shore when the wind comes. You know, if there's a windy night, it'll blow us to shore, zombies will eat us. So we have the chain there, we have us, you know, we're anchored in place. They can climb it but can't get to us. They can try to shake it, but the size and weight of it, it's not going to happen. We're just going to be too wide to where they're not going to be able to get enough buoyancy with a hand to do it. It's just not going to be physically possible. Because we know zombies aren't really any stronger than people. They're actually just an empty shell that can do basic actions of a person can do, which is run, grab, and eat. Basically, that's all they're capable of. So they're not going to be able to find a way to create enough buoyancy to tip the raft. It's going to be too anchored. Probably put some pontoons on the side of it to help keep it floating, so that this way, if there is wind and stuff like that, it won't tip over, and it's going to be more than enough prepared for, you know, for that situation. So just to be like, oh hey, you know, they'll just tip the raft is not enough. So we'll sit there with all the ammo we need. It's going to be a small population. There's not a lot of people around. And people are not... I don't think zombies are going to walk up a mountain to get there. I think if they were looking as a group and they were going to find food, they would just start walking towards the town for the most part. So even the, maybe 30 people that live within 4 or 5 miles of them would probably go more towards the city, because that's where all the noise would be and the chaos would be. They wouldn't really think to come to us. They would hear, you know, the town crumbling beneath them, and they would just probably make their way downhill before they went for any extravagant, you know, advanced up this huge mountain to get to my grandparents' house. So if anyone did come, we would have more than enough weapons to take them out. Ooh, insta-kill. So we would be fine there. We wouldn't really need to worry about it. I would say maybe the most we would see would probably be like 10, maybe 15 zombies. Because if we think about it in the movies, it's only like maybe like, what, 72 hours to like a business week, like 3 to 5 days, before they're like, yep, we're napalming this bitch. So in that time period, they're not going to become desperate enough for food to where we, you know, are going to be seeing them now like in The Walking Dead. Eventually they leave the city and start walking around trying to find food. We're not going to see that just because, what's it called? It's not going to take that long. It's just it. It's just... Oh god, I'm go down. So I don't think we're going to have that issue. We're not going to see a lot of people. Sorry, I was just focused there because I missed my shot. So the next thing we do, so we have our plan. We've survived the zombies. What are we going to do for the napalm? Because now our plan requires us to be completely exposed in the middle of nowhere. And how is that a great idea? So, if you guys didn't know, napalm is kind of like gasoline, to where it doesn't mix with water. It stays on top. It doesn't sink or blend into water like, you know, if you pour like alcohol or soda or, you know, other fluids. It just kind of mixes in with it and just waters down whatever. It doesn't. Napalm doesn't do that. So napalm just kind of floats on top of water until it disintegrates, until it burns out. So my grandpa said we would attach to the bottom of the bottom of our raft a little fountain, and this fountain will make a kind of like a dome of water around us. And then this way, when they did shoot the napalm, all we would really have to do is just wait for the napalm to burn around us, because it would just land on the water above our heads and we wouldn't have to worry about it. So that was his plan, and I completely agree with it. And that's a pretty... I trust that plan. That is my... Why is it not letting me switch weapons? Oh, I see. If I buy the cold-blooded, it drops my other pistols if I pick up the ammo for it. Just learned that. Anyways, as I was saying, if I were to, you know, if I could get there and I lived in New Jersey and I was home, and all I had to do was get in my car and drive 2.5 hours, as soon as I saw the outbreak, I mean, come on, we know. See, that's the thing, people. That's what the thing that I'm really going to be putting into this is, we know what zombies are like. We know, we have a mindset of what apocalypse would be. So it's not like we're not going to figure it out. It's not like we don't know what's happening. Like when the first person bites, we're not going to go, we're going to go, oh my god, it's a zombies, or it's possibly zombies, or, you know, it's a good chance it's zombies, we should start preparing. We're not going to be like, oh, what is this strange thing happening where people are getting bit and then eating people? Like, come on. We know enough through media. One good thing the social media does, trains us for zombie apocalypse, we know enough to where we don't have to worry about it. We're going to see if it's even going to go far, because we're already going to know what to do and how to survive zombies and how easy they are to kill, because they're not really that fast. And if we just do it, just kind of sack up and kill people who are infected and just move on, we could probably stomp it out pretty quickly. But people aren't that smart, and I don't think as many people play video games and watch the zombies as we'd hope or wished. So there are going to be obviously ignorant people, and they're going to be the start of this whole apocalypse. It's the people who didn't game that are going to kill us, even though all this time they've always said we were crazy. So anyways, we're gonna know. So I'm gonna know it's gonna be zombies, and at the first break, before the world has completely gone to hell, while roads are still working, while people are just trying to figure out what's happening, while people are like, oh my god, did you hear about that crazy a-hole who bit someone and now they're sick? When those things start happening, I'm gonna be like, alright, Grandpa, initiate zombie plan. We're gonna go, we're gonna zombie it up, get the raft ready, get everything out in the water, and we're gonna chill there and just kind of pay attention to the news and see what it is. See if we're ready. See if we're zombieing, or see if we're just, hey, someone got sick and it got stomped out or whatnot, and things of that nature. Now, I do have a second plan, but I don't want to talk about it, and I kind of want to drag it out because I would like to cause a discussion in the comments, and I would like to hear what some of your other plans were. Now, my second plan is something I read out of a zombie survival guide. This is the most effective way to survive an apocalypse when you see it coming. So that's my second plan. Obviously, I'm going to go with that. I'm going to try to stay with my family first because family's first. But you know what? If I'm on my own and I've moved back down south or I've moved out west somewhere and I'm not getting, I'm not getting to Pennsylvania like I want to be and stuff like that, I need to have a good old plan B. So I do want to talk about plan B, but I don't want to clutter your initial thoughts with what is said to be professionally the right way, whether you agree or not, but what the literature says. I don't want you to think about that while you're thinking of your initial plan. I want to see what you guys kind of come up with and what you think would work before I just, clutter your thoughts with what someone says, what a book says, what the right way is supposed to be. Oh god, oh god, oh god. I like it. So like I said, before I do that, I'm going to just end it, just kind of stop talking about it here, and just kind of move on. I'm not going to talk about Plan B or anything like that. I think the next thing we're going to talk about here and kind of carry on with, so I'm just going to play for a little bit more, for a couple more rounds here, because I never played this map before. I'm actually going to pack a bunch real quick. Actually, I'm going to talk about this map for a little bit first. This map is called Arcade, as I said before. I got it from Zombie Mods. It's pretty cool. It's very basic and super simple. There's the ray gun. But it's a fun map. It's fun with a couple players because it's kind of wide open, so you can just kind of run circles and figure it out. Wow, it's $10,000 for a ray gun. And the round, baby. The sniper. But it's quick. It's very simple. What you see is kind of what you get. I don't think there's any more doors. I haven't really explored though. I'll try to make a crawl and check, but I'm pretty sure this is the gist of it. And I kind of like just small maps like this. I don't need huge maps because I kind of like to do small things. I like to like when I'm doing zombies, I like to live stream or talk to people. And I just went down, so I guess the end of it. So I like maps like this. I can't believe it just went down like that. That was just terrible. Like, honestly, god-awful. Alright, so that's it. That's going to be our first, I don't know how long this was, but our first couple of parts here of surviving the apocalypse. So, we're good. Tell me in the comment section below what your initial reaction and your first thought plan would be if a zombie apocalypse started to occur, and we'll discuss it, and I'll read some of your comments and go over my plan B next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Please rate, comment, subscribe. Subscribe to the show if it's available. It'll be that little blue link in the title. That's the show. Click on the show, subscribe to it so you can catch all the videos and don't miss anything. Thank you guys very much.